G'day guys, it's the Maplestory. We're back on Maplestory 2, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the life skills, which are basically the professions on this game, and there's actually quite a few of them. So we've got 4 of the gathering, and then we've got 4 different crafting, and then we've also got leisure skills. So I'm actually going to be talking about the leisure skills, I'm going to be talking about the gathering, and then the crafting. So starting off, we've got mining, which is connected to obviously smithing, and then also in most of the shared maps you're going to be able to do foraging as well, which is gathering herbs, and that is connected to alchemy. So I'm just going to be starting off talking about these 2 skills, and as I said, they're both always tied together in the same map, so you can always find them pretty easily. And in the window for life skills, it actually says which map to find them. So you can see for the first mastery, we've got to be in Evansville, which is where I am at the moment. So I'll zoom out here, and I'll head over to the first vein that we do, and it's copper vein. And you can do up to 4 at once if you can find them in a 4 formation. You stand in the center of them, but I think in this map the best you can find is 2. So I'm just going to mine these out, and you can see it says the success rate is high, and that'll go down as you mine them, and it'll go down to I think average, and then low, and then impossible. And once you're at impossible, you can't mine anymore for the rest of the day. Oh, like a minute later I get the last piece of copper. Alright, now I'll head over to the herbs and we'll start foraging them. They're a little bit further over this way, and you can see them on the mini map. There they are. So here I can do 3 at once. Oh, there we go, finally. So once you've gathered up the copper and the marjoram, you can go over to the crafting tab and you can click on like the copper ingot, and you'll have enough copper ore to make some of the bars, and that'll get you straight up to mastery 2. You can make 10 of them. Then of course you can continue making these bars, or you can start making some of like the tin ingots. But also you're going to want to take a look at some of the buff items you can make and use these appropriately while you're crafting or while you're gathering. And the ones that you can make for your crafting skills increase the amount of mastery you get while making things, and then the ones for gathering actually increase the amount of items you get while gathering. So you can then in turn craft more things and get more mastery. Also I should add, so we saw that things become impossible to gather once you've gathered up enough of them, and then you can't gather anymore for the rest of the day. When you're crafting, you actually have a 1,000 craft limit on items. So I mean, if you can get enough materials to hit that limit, you're going to be stopped there, but gathering the materials is really what's bottlenecking me from leveling up my crafting skills. Alright, so once you're done with Mastery 1 and you want to move on to the Mastery 2 things, you got to come over to Queenstown, the town where everyone's playing musical instruments. I haven't looked really that much into this, but this is crazy. It's just like people playing rad music all the time, everywhere. It's fucking awesome. So I'm actually going to be using some of my buff items at the moment to get these. I'm going to pop my 40-second mining gathering one, and then I'm going to move over to the foraging, and I'm going to pop, where'd it go? My foraging gathering one, which increases it by 100% for 200 seconds, and hopefully I can make it from this place to the next place before that runs out, and then once it's off cooldown I might pop another of the mining gathering one. Man, I hope I'm not going to get to Mastery 4 and have to pop another one of these. Oh fuck, I am, aren't I? Oh, whatever. Alright, so these ones are nearly out, and then I've got to move over to where I've got to go for my next one, which I didn't even check. Middleton, alright. Back over to Middleton. Oh, just gather. I've got 2 minutes left on this buff. Quick. Oh my god, finally. Alright, let's go. Middleton, let's go. Quick, I've got 1 minute, probably and a half left on the buff. That should be enough time. Silverstone Bridge. I don't think I have a taxi there. I don't know if there is a taxi there. Where was it? Silverstone Bridge. Alright, so it's near Kerning City. How long's my buff got? A minute. Alright, impossible. Let's go. We can make it. Where the fuck? There it is.
Hey, taxi!
Oh, 55 seconds. 45 seconds. 30 seconds. It's gonna be close. Where's the fucking patch? Oh, it's way over there. 20 seconds. Oh, 3 together. I'll take it. Oh, 10 seconds. Easy. What did you get? It's still high. Alright, well. It's good enough for me. Do I have another 40-second one? Maybe I'll pop it. No, I don't. Oh well. Alright, so I'm going to assume you found the other mining veins pretty easy because they were right next to what I was just gathering for my foraging. So I'm just going to jump ahead to my ranching and my farming. So this is going to be done inside your player house. So I'm going to start with the ranching, and this is where you plant down some animals and then you harvest them and collect their materials which you can use in your crafts, and this is connected to the handicrafts. So you're going to be able to start off with making fabrics and slates and stuff, and then you can use these to make, again, more buff items. So you got the mining gain for 8 seconds. Further down we might have some better ones. 144 seconds for 100% gain. And then, like the other skills, I haven't talked about it yet, but they've all got their own kind of like high level items you can make as well. I haven't really looked too much into them because I sure as hell can't make them. So I'm just low mastery for now. And now for the farming, it's basically the exact same as the ranching inside your player own house. You just set up a little set of 4 nodes and then you harvest them. It's used for the cooking and make a whole lot of nice variety of vegetarian meals, even though you've got a full ranch in your house. I won't say anything. And these again can be used to make a whole lot of buffs that give you bonuses. So this here will increase your foraging. And then there's also, I mean, like, yeah, I talked a little bit about this, but there's other things you can make with all the skills. And some of them actually give you pretty decent bonuses, like one's for damage. And I think I've heard of one with experience. I haven't found it yet, but it's there somewhere, I'm sure. But you can make the buff items like all the other crafting skills, and then there's an array of other items that you can make further down into the masteries. Oh yeah, just ignore my 2 Terries. I fucked up and wasted like 1k merits on them. I did not mean to. Alright, so I'm just going to talk about the setup for the ranching and the farming, and there's the tutorial which you can go through and it talks about it a little bit, but what I've done here is I've just gone into my building and I've hit the expand button over on the left hand side and I've put it out a little bit. It can go pretty big, but I don't need that yet, so I've just done a little bit. And you can set up your harvesting things, the animals and the vegetables, all in like a little section of 4, which means you can stand in the middle of them and harvest them all at the same time, which makes it just quicker. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the basics of the life skills, because this game is so new to me. Logging on the other day was like the first time I've seen anything in this game, so the more I play it, the more I froth it. It's great so far, and I'm loving the professions. I don't really like that there's a cap on the amount of things that we can gather, because that means I can't just sit there and gather and boost my shit up. But I mean, maybe it's for the best. Alright, now I know I said I wasn't going to talk about any of the leisure skills, and this one actually isn't even in the life skills tab, let alone the leisures tab. This is a thing all on its own, and it is fishing, and it's basically a life skill. It starts off at beginner and it goes beginner 1, beginner 2, beginner 3, and then beginner 4, and then once you're done with that, you'll go to intermediate, which I imagine also goes up to intermediate 4, and then once you're done with that, it goes to advanced, and that again will probably go up to advanced 4, because that's all I can find on the map. And then after that, you'll be at the master skill level. I don't know if this is just going to require you to fill up that experience gauge, or if it's going to require you to complete all the achievements and collect all the fish and stuff as well. Because there is actually a fair amount of things you can do. There's a fair amount of fish to catch, and each fish has a different weight. And you can even catch prize fish, so you can have ones that weigh a whole lot. You can catch them in freshwater, saltwater, and then ones in unique biomes. So ones that are specific, so I caught this one in like a puddle of poison water. And then there's special ones, which is what you can get by popping a lure buff. So I'll just pop into the fisherman's shop, and here you can buy some of the rods, and you can also buy some other items. But I'm going to go down to the lures, and this is a lure that I used right at the start, and this just increases the chance of you catching a normal and a rare fish by 10%. So I was using that one to level just while I was auto fishing to get the most out of it. And then there's these other ones that you can get, and they get better as you level up and get higher level fishing. The first one starts off by making you be able to obtain up to 3 types of golden fish. So I've got some golden fish here. So I've got 10 of these ones, shiny golden rice fish. And then you go further down, and I got one of these, a golden seaweed. And this one is rarer, so it sells more to the vendor. It sells for 10k. And then I also got 21 of these golden breams, which I could only get once I got the veterans one for being at the intermediate rank. Starting off with the beginner one, I saw an octopus, but I didn't catch it. I don't know what it was worth. I saw this one and I caught it, and I saw this one and I caught a lot of them. And those you can just sell, and you get a little bit of mesos for it. I'm not going to go into detail about the process of leveling your fishing. I'm at the moment just basically leisurely fishing, gathering them as I go. But you do get bonus mastery for catching fish that you have not caught before. So that you can see that I caught my first mussel, which increased my fishing rate mastery by 2. So once you get up to a nice amount of mastery and you want to kind of push for that last bit, you can just go around catching all the fish that you haven't caught yet, and that'll give you a whole lot real quick. Alright guys, cheers for watching, hit the like if you did, and subscribe to see more. Catch you, boy!